So I guess I want to start out, and I'll just say next slide to advance it here. I'm representing the Central New York Dairy, Livestock, and Field Crops team, which your association buys into. And this here is a map, a state map that in red shows the counties that our team covers. And I guess I would say if you just take a look at that little handle that extends northward there, that's part of Herkimer County. And basically, you could about cut that handle off and say it really doesn't apply because it's all basically part of the Adirondack Park. One of the things that happened with our team here a few years back is that we were able to bring in a non-dairy livestock person, Ashley McFarland, and that was the result of us joining the Madison County joining our team. So we have 8 counties that are part of our region. Let's go to the next slide here. So here's, I don't have my picture up here because I'm in my home office right now, and sometimes I have problems with bandwidth. So I didn't want to lose you, but I've basically made a slide here that has our team members. Nicole Tamel would probably normally be meeting with you tonight, but she's actually meeting with a group of folks that you're probably familiar with that David Cox was involved with, Annie's project. She's our team leader. She took over that role from Kevin Gano, who retired about 1.5 years ago. He was our field crop specialist and the team leader. So Nicole has assumed that role, and she's the farm business management person as well. I'm the area dairy specialist. Ashley McFarland is the livestock specialist, and Eric Smith, who came on board about 1.5 years ago to cover the field crops role. And we're really happy to have Eric on board. He actually has his PhD, very well qualified person. One of the things that's kind of unique to our team, I guess I would say, is that 3 of the 4 of us have actually attended SUNY Cobleskill for part of our formal education. So we're very familiar with the area and very familiar with SUNY Cobleskill, and actually do some things with Cobleskill. All right, next slide. So you've all seen this. I guess I would say that when COVID hit, it's really changed the way we've done our programming. Our last big in-person program was Dairy Day on March 10th of 2020, where we had basically over 100 people in attendance. Our speaker, our keynote speaker, was coming in from Wisconsin, and on his way to the airport, changed his mind and decided to drive the rest of the way because of the COVID risk. So it's really changed things significantly. We do all kinds of programs virtually now, and that's it's been interesting in that we have some people that have not attended programs very often in the past that now do attend, and we have some people that are longtime attendees that still attend. One of the challenges is that we don't have email addresses for everybody. We have an email list that's almost 2,000 people in size, but we know that we're missing a few of them, that's for sure. I had some notes here, and I set up myself a clock here, and I noticed that I'm actually gone over already the time that I allowed.
You're okay.
I am, okay. So I just wanted to just touch a little bit on some things here. Nicole has spent a lot of her time on COVID-related assistance programs that provide financial assistance to our agricultural producers while continuing traditional programming. I can't tell you the exact amount, but I know it's millions of dollars that have come into the agricultural community. And I know she has worked with some individuals one-on-one to help them to get through the red tape to be able to secure some of those funds. Ashley was actually on maternity leave for a little bit. So she's got a new son, so she's very happy about that. She's back at work, been very busy doing all kinds of things with sheep and goats. Her real specialty is beef cattle production. She's been working on a beef cattle nutrition short course and has done some hands-on FAMANCHA training here recently. And in our region, the beef industry, believe it or not, beef cattle numbers are actually increasing. So it's been a great help to have her expertise here. Eric has conducted Corn Day and a soybean and small grain summit. Corn Day has traditionally been held in Cooperstown at the Otsego Resort Hotel, and again, typically about 100 people usually attend that event. He did it virtually. He's been doing all kinds of different projects with some other folks as far as insects, diseases. He spearheads our spring forage quality monitoring, which sends out all of us out into the fields to measure alfalfa height. We get very fast turnaround information out to our producers, probably more applicable to dairy producers from a standpoint of the quality of hay crop in the spring and when to harvest it, so that they can make milk on it in an economical fashion. And so we all go out one day, the next morning, probably by 10 o'clock in the morning, people have all that information in an email. So it's very, very timely. Plus he's done a weekly, basically all season long, kind of a crop update. I conducted Dairy Day virtually, split it over 2 days. Kind of miss being at the Otsego. It's a great venue. Farmers really enjoy the buffet that they put on there as well. So that's something that we miss and hope to get back to sometime soon here. I've worked with dairy specialists across the state. We're doing all kinds of virtual programming. So we kind of pooled our resources. Right now we're in the midst of what we call Transition Cow Tuesdays. Basically dairy cows from dry off basically to calving is really a high risk period of time. So we're zeroing in on that and providing all kinds of research and technical information. We have a net zero for New York dairy coming up, looking at carbon footprint, genetics for commercial dairies, and foot health virtual workshops. Still do some limited farm visits, try to do as much things over the phone to kind of limit our exposure to COVID. It's in the summertime here, I did 2 in-person programs on ventilation and heat abatement. It was when COVID was kind of waning, things were looking up, and those were in late July. So next slide here. This here is the cover of Country Folks, which is an agricultural publication that comes out once a month. And this is Mark Reynolds from ASAP Interiors. They and National Grid sponsor this program, so we're able to do these programs and provide lunch to people basically at no cost. And he actually lives in the Cherry Valley area. This is him demonstrating the use of a smoker that we basically can kind of see where the air movement is, what's going on with the fans, and how things are actually working in the barn, and it helps us to identify opportunities for improvement in any particular barn. So I'll stop there. I'm over double my time that I was told I should speak, and I'll leave it there, and let's go to the next slide.
All right.
Any questions?
Thank you, David.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. And,
yeah. And we appreciate, you know, having your team around and all the things that you provide our farmers.
Okay. Well, thank you. We enjoy,
great.
I really enjoy working producers, and I guess I would say the real high out of this job that I get is when I see producers take my advice and recommendations and run with it and be successful. So
great.
That's the real plus for me.
Good. Thank you.